Good morning. Welcome to SVN Live. This is our weekly property broadcast for May 7th, 2018. We want to welcome everybody. We've got a great lineup for you this morning. And as you know, probably, if you've joined us before, we like to begin with a couple of economic talking points that hopefully you'll find interesting and have good conversations with your clients regarding it. Good news, CEO confidence rose again for the first quarter of 2018, and hiring continues to improve, which is good news for the country. The Conference Board reported that its measure of CEO confidence rose to 67 in the first quarter, up from 65. Anything above 50 is good news. Most of the CEOs report confidence in their own particular industry, 51 versus 49 before, and they all expect to do some hiring in 2018. Overall, net investment from corporations could drive the biggest gain in CRE in 2018. Really a positive measure for us, and we look forward to the results of that. Also, retail. Retail is always interesting conversation because if you're not talking about e-commerce or last mile, you're talking about dead malls. RCA gave us some very interesting insight into the bifurcated market that is retail today. Malls, especially the dead ones, are trading in that $5 to $20 per foot range. And yet the successful luxury malls in great locations are trading at $400 to $800 per foot. I would say there's a whole lot of real estate in between as well. And it's fun to watch what's happening with those dead malls being reconverted into other uses, senior housing, schools, public offices, and so forth. While that study does focus on the malls, the point's probably valid across America and across all the retail product type. Keep an eye on it. Something, again, to talk to your retail clients about as we kind of head towards ICSC, which is coming up this month, as you know. We wanted to add a very special part of SVN Live, and we will on a going forward basis. As you may or may not know, tenant representation is becoming a huge part of the SVN platform. That vertical represents over 10% of our income and deals in our organization. And we want to bring you up now with some tenant rep opportunities. And we're going to have Dina Zimmerman out of Chicago introduce them for you, along with her co-listing agents who are listed on the slides. Dina?
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to kick off this inaugural tenant rep presentation here on the call this morning. So I'm going to go through these pretty quickly, but I'm very excited. Adam Thomas, my partner in crime, sitting to my left right now, he and I are helping, we're working with Focus Brands, which is Cinnabon, Auntie Anne's, Carvel, Schlotsky's, and McAllister's. We're helping them with the Cinnabon and Auntie Anne's expansion, going suburban to urban, baby, here in Chicagoland. You will see on the slide for Cinnabon that we also are working with them on the other target expansion markets. So if anybody is either looking to buy a franchise or you have roughly 1,000 to 1,500 feet available in the Midwest, Southeast, Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, and Western markets that we've got listed on here, please reach out to Adam and I. I'm also going to take this opportunity, anybody on the phone here who's an SVN tenant rep across the country, please reach out to us. There's an opportunity for us to obviously work with them. I'm going to need your help. Adam and I are going to need your help expanding them in these markets. So please reach out to us. But these are the requirements for Cinnabon. These are the target expansion markets. If you do have property in downtown Chicago, we're looking for heavy pedestrian traffic near public transportation. Cinnabon specifically is targeting the millennials, so we're looking in college areas as well. And we can move on to Auntie Anne's. All right, so this is Auntie Anne's. Again, you're going to see the target expansion markets that we're looking. Some of them are a little different than Cinnabon. Again, looking for franchisees as well. Same requirements as Cinnabon, roughly 1,000 to 1,500 square feet. When it comes to the Chicagoland expansion, very similar to Cinnabon, very close to public transportation. high foot traffic and extremely visible. They love very strong co-tenancy. And again, we're looking as far north as Northwestern University for both of these. So that's Evanston, Illinois, straight down to Hyde Park, which is a little further south, still in Chicago. And then switching gears, Jacob Strom and I here in Chicago are working. We're partnering with Brian Myers and Jeff Henwood in the SVN Florida market to expand McAllister's. Jake and I are working with a preferred developer here in Chicago who has a franchisee, a McAllister's franchisee in Florida, looking to expand to 20 plus locations. They're going to purchase the sites. So we're looking, plus minus an acre in AAA locations, strong retail centers. And you'll see off to the right the locations that we are targeting in Florida. So again, this is, a great example of the wonderful collaboration we have with SVN, and we're lucky enough to be able to work with Brian and Jeff. So again, you have a site, you have a franchisee, what have you, please reach out to myself or either, the other three, and we'll coordinate there. So thank you very much. Looking forward to working with everybody.
All right, Dina, thank you very much. Exciting times and a national platform for sure. I can almost smell the cinnamon buns, but that's okay. Let's go to some closed deals. We want to congratulate Rob Hammond. He closed this deal, went under contract in 2 days from the first time it was listed. What's really interesting is that they also put a long-term tenant in there with no TI allowances or free rent. So you can tell how interesting the real estate was and how high in demand it was. Rob, congratulations. We also want to come to Chicago and congratulate John Leviditis. He just closed this deal on West Division in Chicago, $1,875,000. It was an interesting mixed-use property and sold at a substantial premium. John, congratulations. We also want to congratulate Connie Neville, who's our co-counsel chair for self-storage, as you know. She joined forces with Eric Ibanik and just closed this deal. Easy Self-Storage is the name of the facility, and it was reasonably easy because Connie had referred an attorney that she used 3 years previously to the seller in this transaction. And not only did he appreciate the referral, but he hurried it along and got it closed. I've got another lawyer story for Connie coming up as well. Not so happy. All right, we want to congratulate Anthony Ying for closing this Santa Ana office property. It only took 70 days to close it, sold as is, where is, and was only 71% occupied at the time, so there's some upside, but a great price per foot for the seller. Congratulations. I know that market, and that was a great job by an advisor. All right, we also want to congratulate Dan Stewart and Jeff Beal. As you'll remember, Rob Levin brought this deal to the table in Ann Arbor, Michigan. It is a gorgeous piece of industrial real estate. It finally closed at $3,150,000. It did sell vacant to a local investor, and collaboration continues at its best. Congratulations to that team. Frank Jermusic, our council chair of Golf and Resort Properties, Cameron Peterson and Edward Rupp got together on Wild Eagle Lodge. You probably remember this one when it was presented because it looks like somewhere we'd all like to go. It closed at a 6.6 cap, and Northco actually put their money where their mouth is and invested in the deal as well. And they're going to manage the asset to make sure their investment is well protected. Congratulations. Here's another deal that Connie did with Alexander Berger from the Parsons Commercial Group. This one's up in New Hampshire. Very interesting property from the standpoint that Connie did some work almost 3 years ago for free for the previous owner and didn't get paid for it, but that's what we do. 3 years later, she closes the deal. So patience is a virtue. Congratulations. And then this one, Connie closed, Nick Malagisi and Hans Hardesty all involved in that transaction. They were able to achieve $85 per foot and an 8 cap deal. Let's contrast this kind of to the easy self-storage that closed with a lawyer on your side. It so happened that the attorney that took on this deal changed firms in the middle of the transaction. It took 10 weeks to actually get a PSA drawn up. And then just prior to due diligence, wouldn't you know it, the seller had open heart surgery, disappeared to Mexico for almost 3 months. So it did take 10 months to get it closed, but that's all in the life of an advisor. Congratulations, Connie and team. Hey, Tim Franz, John Lebeditis closed this single tenant net leased investment in Farmington, New Mexico, $9 million. Absolute triple net ground lease. It was an institutional purchaser, as you can imagine, and closed at a 6.2 cap. Congratulations to both our advisors here in Chicago. All right, we've got some great featured inventory for you this morning. Everybody has been here getting ready for you. $28 million plus of inventory, almost $1 million of buy-side fee when you include our auction opportunities. And we're going to bring up first Guy Bird and Tony M. They've got an Idaho deal for you priced at a reasonable $1,035,000.
Thank you, John. Thank you, SVN, for the opportunity to present again. Here's a small, manageable business park investment that currently is owned and operated by the owners. And they're lovely people, but they have operated this in a fashion that allows for a value add opportunity here. A lot of the leases are on short-term leases or one-year leases, but they've been renewing year after year after year. I think you can not only renew the leases on a longer term, but I think you can get the tenants to pay some of the normal, typical triple net expenses, increasing your net operating income and a better return on investment. It's in a small community in North Idaho of about 8,000, and it has a winter time population because of Schweitzer ski area, and it has a summertime population because of Pend Oreille. There's a lot of service industries that occupy these bays that have been there for a good long time. And again, I believe with good management, this property's value can be enhanced. It's clean, it's well maintained, and a small opportunity for a quality investor. Thank you, John.
All right, Guy. Thank you, sir. We sure appreciate you. Let's go to Zachary Sean and Stuart Devitt. They have an Ohio land opportunity they want to tell you about at $1.1 million.
Good morning, John. Can you hear me?
Sure can. Go ahead, Zachary.
Yeah, this is Zach Shun here with SVN Rycourt at Cincinnati, Ohio, presenting a land opportunity in Vandalia, Ohio, just north of Dayton, Ohio, just about 50 miles north of Cincinnati here. Presented this a couple times previously on the call. Still have some interest spinning, but is still available here. Would love to get anyone on the call with developers they represent or users they represent looking for land sites here. As you can see on the map, it's an excellent location just south of the Dayton Airport, Dayton International Airport, which I think was slightly cut off in the map, which is our mistake, but it's just north of State Route 40 there. State Route 40 is also known as National Road. It was one of the first highways in the country, actually cuts from across the country from east to west. And then just to the south of us is Interstate 70, which cuts across the country, travels through Indianapolis, Dayton, Columbus, Ohio, and then other markets here. And then just to the east of us is a major north-south highway, Interstate 75. So our land site, as you see again, just south of the airport there, we have just shy of 16 acres available, was purchased by the current owner. He actually was looking for land for his business, was seeking about 3 to 4 acres, had the opportunity to buy this several years ago with the remaining land at a distress sale, and just said, all right, well, I'll just buy the whole thing and use my portion of it and sell the rest off. So we've got it marketed now. We've reduced the price on it a couple times down to $1.1 million. I will say that we are taking all offers, encouraging all offers. The land is zoned office. It is in a kind of transition area between the airport, where there is a heavy amount of logistics and industrial product, and a residential and multifamily market to the south and east of us. Even though it is zoned office, the municipality we've met with a couple times, and they have voiced openness to different industrial uses as well as residential or multifamily uses as well. So open to hearing all interest here, and hopefully can close a deal with someone here.
All right, Zach, thank you very much. Let's go to Michael Caro, one of our many CCIMs. He's got a senior housing opportunity for you in one of the nicest little towns in Florida. My folks actually moved to Niceville from Arizona, and he's going to tell you about it.
Well, thank you very much, John. This is a couple weeks ago of two of these senior housing facilities for $5 million. One of them is under contract for $2,850,000. That leaves this one available for $2,150,000. Great cap rate on this. These have fully administered homes, 11.74%. And what that means is there's an administrator in place that runs the entire home, so the owner can be off-site. They would own the business and the real estate. And this is a great opportunity in Northwest Florida, which is between Panama City and Pensacola. The home is mature. It's 10 years old. There are 5 people on the waiting list, and they just started doing daycare. They call it a slightly different term, but it's where a senior will be dropped off during the day and then being picked up that evening. That has not hit the P&Ls yet. That just started, and they are projecting another $4,000 a month in revenue there. In addition, this is a home that is part of a franchise network that didn't previously allow more than one bed in a room. This home is built. It can accommodate 2 beds per room. There are 15 private rooms now, so somebody who took this over, the rooms are large enough to accommodate two people, and so they could increase the revenue that way as well and still be in compliance with the Florida senior housing regulations. So great opportunity for somebody who wants to get into senior housing and have a great investment for their portfolio. Thank you, John.
All right, Michael, thanks for pulling over and doing the call with us. Let's go to our Chicago office. Olivia Szynski and Jennifer Hopkins have a Crystal Lake, Illinois office building for you at $2.5 million.
Good morning, SVN, and hello from Chicago. This is Olivia. We have here a fully leased multi-tenant office investment for sale in Crystal Lake, Illinois. It's got an NOI of $179,000. The property is adjacent to the McHenry County College, which is a large college in the area. Crystal Lake is a far suburb of Chicago and a commercial hub for the far northwest suburbs, also known as the Fox Valley area. It's predominantly retail, so there's not an oversaturation of office in the area, which has helped keep this building full very easily for a long time. In addition, with the property sitting on 5 acres of land, you can easily build another 10,000 plus square foot building along with parking on the grounds. Furthermore, the building is fully maintained with recent major renovations, including a full roof replacement and full parking lot resurfacing, so there's no deferred maintenance whatsoever on the property. It's an excellent opportunity for a solid investment or a 1031 exchange. And if you have an interest in receiving the OM, let us know. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Olivia. We appreciate you and Jennifer. Hey, let's come back into the city. Scott Maisel, Drew Dillon, Adam Thomas, part of our Urban West Loop team, have another opportunity for you. This is a development priced at $2,799,000. Adam?
Thanks, John. Hi, SVN. Good morning, everybody. Scott Maisel, Drew Dillon, and myself are pleased to present 116 North Willard, which is a premier West Loop development opportunity. If you are unfamiliar with the West Loop, it's one of the hottest neighborhoods in the Chicago. There's the most cranes in the city, all within the West Loop. So right now we're priced out at essentially $2.8 million. The way to look at this deal is off of the buildable square footage. which recently, at the start of the year, the downtown expansion area, it was upzoned to an 8.1, potential 8.1 FAR, so you can go up to 8 stories here, which is kind of that red rendering that we had done. Good frontage. We're 3 blocks from McDonald's global headquarters and the Hyatt Hotel, which is going to service McDonald's new headquarters. We've got about 45 feet of frontage. Real nice thing about this site is all the alleys. So there's 3 ways to access the potential development from Willard, and then there's an alley running north, south, and east, west, which is good for getting in and out. If you have any questions, let Scott, Drew, or myself know. We hope to do a deal with you guys. Thank you, John.
All right, Adam, thank you very much. Somebody that's on every SVN Live is Ali Mushtaq. He's got another opportunity for us in Florida with Kenny Anderson. This one's priced at $3.2 million, and I know there's a good story behind it.
Yes, thank you, John. Hello, everyone. So yes, this listing was courtesy of Alejandro Londano Sanchez with 444 CRE, who is a tenant rep with Wendy's franchisee. We've secured the listing with working along with them as what I do best is landlord rep, and hopefully going into tenant rep very soon. So hopefully we can get some of McAllister's perhaps on this site. We have parcel A and C available. Parcel B will be the Wendy's. So we'll get the actual sizes of the parcel very soon. They're estimated about 1.2 on parcel A, 1.42 on parcel C. The landlord is looking for ground lease, preferably BTS, built to suit. But however, Brian Myers, you might want to take a look at this from McAllister's. I'll send it over to you. I think it'll be a good location. North 56th Street has heavy traffic. It's over 43,000 cars per day. As you see in the aerial or within the package, you'll see 2 high schools close by. So King High School and a technical high school very close by. I'm sure those kids and faculty are going to be hungry. They need more restaurant space in the area. So it is cross access. It has 3 access points, as you see on the concept plan. And again, BTS, built to suit, ground leasing, highest and best tenants. The list price, disregard that. That was based upon just the initial 10-year term lease. Of course, a ground lease, we would look for 15 to 25. And plus, depending upon the credit tenant, we would, sorry about that, I think I lost the signal. Sorry about that. So based upon the tenant grade and what the rents are negotiable. So let's see if we can get something done. We can deliver as pad site ready on both of the pads. Cross access, of course, will be done, and let's get something going here. So if you have any further questions, feel free to reach me. I will be at ICSC in the next couple of weeks, so feel free to reach me. We can schedule an appointment and get some deals done there as well. Look forward to talking to everyone, and thank you, John, for your time.
All right, Holly, thank you very much. I can hear the LOIs pinging in as we speak. Let's go down and actually talk to Brian Myers and Steve Cunningham. Brian's one of our great hockey players of SVN, and they've got an office opportunity for you right in Fort Myers, $3,465,000.
John, good morning. Thank you for the time. Steve and myself are presenting this property, and it's unique in its own right. Originally, it was used during the Second War for a crab processing plant. It's virtually the last commercial property in the downtown East River district before you start to get into the residential node. Adjacent to the property are Oasis Grand Towers that were built by the related group. The reason why this property is unique in itself is that it was renovated by the current owner and part tenant, which is CD-ROM Inc. They're a high secured level grade use, do a lot of work with the NSA, the FBI, the military. One of our tenants that occupies 8,100 square feet since 2012 has been the RJ Reynolds Tobacco Company. They're projecting themselves to be in Lee County with the amount of court cases that they're having probably for the next 10 years. So the current owner is positioning this asset to be a very high level secured office building. We have a few groups from GSA that are going to be touring tomorrow. So as you see, the current income is about $180,000. That could easily approach $300,000 as we continue our marketing efforts. Some of the interesting highlights of the property is that it has a T3 bandwidth from Comcast that connects cities. So if anybody has an office group that's looking for a very unique waterfront opportunity, not only are we priced below market when it comes to Class A waterfront office space, but we can offer very high level security. Some highlights also is that all brand new roofs, all brand new HVAC systems, and we're about 0.9 miles from historic River District of downtown Fort Myers. And for anybody that's unfamiliar with downtown Fort Myers, we're in the process of bringing about 1,000 new market rate apartments to market. So we are looking, or the developers thereof are looking for other office opportunities to place with these apartments. So if anybody has an interest from a waterfront opportunity in Fort Myers, give us a call. Thanks, John.
All right, Brian, thank you. Let's go to Lucas Ward. He's got a wonderful industrial opportunity for you in South Carolina, priced at a very reasonable $3,950,000.
Hello, John. Good morning. Welcome, SVN. Pleased to present to you this industrial investment opportunity in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Very fortunate to be bringing you this opportunity because Spartanburg is a very in-demand logistics market. South Carolina's logistics market as a whole is responsible for about $33 billion of output. And this asset's home to notable employers such as the BMW Manufacturing Company, Michelin North America, Sage Automotive Interiors, the Sealed Air Corp, Adidas. This is a 3-property, call it a portfolio. What's most attractive about it is that I do have 4 years remaining in the lease term here. It's a single tenant investment currently. Very much a value add component. Very indicative by the price per square foot. Have an opportunity to partner with an expansion with the tenant, approximately 50,000 square feet. We are under market rental. Current market rental for this asset, pure properties are fetching between $3.10 per square foot. This is at about $2.34 with a scheduled gross income of $406,000 this year. We're projecting a sustainable cash flow of $316,000. The tenant is responsible for repairs and maintenance, and the landlord is responsible for taxes and insurance without reimbursement. Other than that, we would consider this a very passive investment. Some notable neighbors here within a mile. We do have the Amazon distribution facility, GSP-1, along the I-26 corridor. We're within a mile of I-26, and something that's significant of that is our distance to the Port of Charleston, which is absolutely booming and keeping us going. 5 miles from the I-85, I-26 junction. I-85 is an absolute boom belt connecting Charlotte to Atlanta. Very much look forward to partnering with anyone that can bring an investor to this deal. I look forward to sending you an offering memorandum and answering any more questions that you have about it. Thank you very much.
All right, Lucas, thank you very much. And thanks for all of the great input on North Carolina and South Carolina region. I'm really pleased to bring you this opportunity. This is the Braco industrial property in Matthews, North Carolina. A little background on the deal, far beyond what you see on the slide. This particular transaction was the first deal that I ever syndicated personally with Mayberry Investors. We bought it back in 2007 and immediately flipped it to David Frosch, the former president of SVN, and Brian Prinn, the primary partner and managing director of the entities. This property is being offered at $7.5 million. David wanted to be sure that everyone knew that he had and wanted to use SVN. He is utilizing the broker that brought the transaction to the table, Ian Bertolina in North Carolina, as the local representative because of his familiarity with the property over the last 20 years. This is 100% occupied, global credit tenancy. It's only $47 a foot, and an 8 cap. And if you have questions, please reach out to me, and I'd love to share it with you. We have a full 5% fee on $7.5 million. All right, let's bring up Diana Peterson and David Makowski. David's going to tell you about the Grants Industrial Opportunity in Juliet. It's an auction coming up.
Thanks, John. Good morning, everyone. This is a property we recently just put on. It had previously been listed on a traditional platform at about $3.1 million. The seller is very motivated, hence the suggested opening bid of $1.5 million. It is completely unoccupied. It has a property manager almost on site, has been very well maintained, 23-foot ceiling, 6 loading docks, 88,000+ square feet, all mechanicals, everything is in very good operating condition. The front end of the building is 2 stories with the upper level fitted out for office space in move-in ready condition. The lower level was used as a, you can probably tell from the picture, as a showroom. We were told that the front end levels can also be opened up for added space. Located very conveniently off of I-55 and Route 80. Again, we've just had this for a couple of weeks, and very motivated seller.
All right, David, thank you very much. Let's go to Diana Peterson, our head of auction works here in Illinois. She's got a Woodridge, Illinois auction coming up on a property that's pretty attractive real estate.
Thanks so much, John. Good morning, everyone. Just want to follow up on that Joliet property that is up for auction June 18 through 20. And it is a really great industrial building, as Dave said, great condition. So moving on to 7135 Janes Avenue in Woodridge, Illinois. We have an office building that could be used for light industrial as well. It has flexible zoning of ORI, Office Research and Industrial. Has a suggested opening bid of $1,630,000 plus a 6% buyer's premium. Located on 3.56 acres. Approximately 46,000 square feet. This vacant single-story Class A office building was originally built by McShane Development in 2003. For those of you who know the Chicagoland developers, McShane is highly regarded. It's located just west of I-355 at 75th Street in the city of Woodridge in DuPage County. Originally built for 2 tenants, it could accommodate either a single user or 2 approximately 23,000 square foot tenants. The interior perimeter of the building is built out with offices, and the middle of the building has an open floor plate to allow for installation of cubicle workspaces. The building features high quality finishes, solid masonry construction throughout. It's fully sprinkled, it has 10-foot drop ceilings, has a loading dock on the west side of the building, and a special HVAC room that was built to house a computer mainframe area for the prior tenants. Great opportunity here. If you have anybody looking for a vacant Class A office building or light industrial user. It was originally priced at $4,650,000 on the traditional market and does have a suggested opening bid of just $1,630,000. Thank you so much.
All right, Diana, thank you. As you know, at SVN, we've got events and webinars for all of our advisors throughout the week. Today is no exception. Actually, at 11 on the West Coast, 2 on the East Coast, Sanjay Mundra, our council chair and head of SVN Hotels, is going to host his call. He's got a great guest speaker I'm sure you'd enjoy listening to. And then Tuesday, Gabriel Silverstein is going to hold our Institutional Capital Markets Council chair. That'll be 10 on the West Coast and 1 on the East Coast. Dial in for that. And then Saturday, if you have a few minutes, dial in Saturday morning, 8:30 on the West Coast, 11:30 on the East Coast. I'm going to present a Saturday call talking a little about some top 10 tips from Partner Circle and other things that you may be interested in. We look forward to your participation. And if you can't be anywhere in real estate and not realize that ICSC Recon is coming up in Las Vegas, May 20th to the 23rd, we have a newly redesigned booth at SVN, same location, updated booth. The retail properties are being portfolioed, and Donna's taking care of that for us. And we're going to have just a wonderful show starting on that Sunday. Look forward to seeing everybody there. And last but not least, we don't want you to go away not knowing that we're having an SVN Jumpstart in Chicago in June, on June 26th to the 28th. It'll be at the Palmer Hilton House. We look forward to rolling out a whole lot of new presentations and information for not only our advisors, but our managing directors. So please join us if you can. All right, last but not least, everything that we do here at SVN, as you know, is on www.svn.com, and 100% of the time, 50% of the commission is available to you when you close a transaction with us, and we look forward to you doing just that. Again, thank you for joining us this morning, and good day.